everybody. So I'm very happy to guide this practice this morning here and speak a little bit about today's topic. So the main the teaching is the living with joy and dying in a peace. These teachings are very much related to the Pardo teaching, so the Tibetan Book of the Living and Dying, a Pardo teaching. And so all these teachings are very much about how every aspect of our life is connected with the practice, connected with the teaching. And so I want to speak a little bit on that. So before I go more forward, I wanted to, those who are coming first time here, so just say a few words. This is the ongoing teaching. We do live webcasts every month, second Saturday of every month. So about what is it, like this time, whatever that is. The New York time is what, 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock New York time. So 3 o'clock New York time. I know it's in the evening in Europe. I know it's very early in the morning in Japan. I know somebody is listening in Japan also. It's 3, 4 in the morning. So last time when I went there, somebody said, "Well, not miss every time and listen all the time." So welcome everybody. And obviously it's free, and there's a discussion forum there. It will be, those who missed this, it will be recorded. Those who have missed previous ones, all of them are recorded and on there. And there's a website called Ocean of Wisdom and Ligmincha Learning. And then there's MP3 audio recordings also there, some printed materials there. So these all are online. So those you're not familiar might take a little time to kind of find them. So, but if these are making some sense and you feel like you need some further support, I would encourage to continuously follow that. So we have, this is the 5th part, and we have 2 more afterward. That one in January 24th, and one is in February 11th. We'll have 2 more sessions after this. So this is today is the topic about today is sleep and death as a doorway to wisdom. So sleep and death as a doorway to wisdom. So basically, before I go into that, I wanted to speak a little bit. I was speaking this morning here up in Oregon here in the Zen community here. So this idea is that clear light. We talk about clear light. In Tibetan word, we say Wesal. Wesal means light. Sal is the clear. So together we say clear light. So the clear light or the light is in all of us. Buddha nature is all of us. So every sentient being, I think somehow it seems like a simple message, but more and more I think about it, I think it's a very important message for all of us to understand, regardless of what belief you have, what religion you follow, what philosophy you have, without limiting and without any conditions. Every sentient being, we all have the Buddha nature in us, complete. That means, or some people say, people who are not following Buddhism, or some say Buddha nature, why I have to have more Christ nature or something like that, or I have something else. But that doesn't matter what you really call. And in some sense, maybe it's good to think about clear light. So the clear light, the enlightened light, or the clear light, it's within all of us. And so talking about that in these teaching in Mother Tantra in a Tibetan tradition called sleep yoga, Nipa Lamchir, it talks about 4 clear light. The natural clear light, Rangshin Jivasal, and then it's sleep clear light in the sleep, Niji Vessel, and then clear light during the meditation, Tingin Vessel, and then clear light of the death, it's called a Shivi Vessel, Chivi Vessel. So these are when you are, every moment in our life, there is a light. So every moment in our life, we have opportunity to see the light in the nature. We have opportunity to see the light in events in our life. We have opportunity to see the light in somebody, in something, or sometime when we are not able to see because of our own ignorance and our own negative emotions, our own conditions. What happens is all the events in our life, instead of they become very illuminating, exciting, giving you so much joy and love and purpose of your life and creativity, they just very become very dark and very feeling, makes you feel down and depressed. We all know that very well. So the natural clear light, it's in everything, but in every event can interfere and obscure that. And so that is, I think, one very important part here. We have been talking about that also. So living with joy. So basically living with joy, what does not allow us to live with joy, because every experiences and every event that happening in our life, either we choose or not choose, they are not becoming a cause of our joy. They become a cause of our suffering and pain and conflict, and it becomes like that. And probably if you look at number of situations in your life, this moment in your life, it doesn't have to go far away. Don't have to go other people's story. What the way you're seeing it, your own life, the experiences of your own life, how it's impacting you. So that basically means if it's not happening right, the event is obscuring your clear light. So in a way, okay, let me just go for clear light, and then I'll come back to focus mainly in the sleep and the death. So this is what main conversation we're having today. So the first was the natural clear light, the event interfering. Second is the sleep clear light. Our dreams are interfering, and the clear light in meditation. Our thoughts are interfering, and the clear light moment during the moment of the death is our pardo, our intermediate state. It's interfering. So these clear lights are interfere by different experiences, but they don't have to interfere by different experiences. All these different experiences can be clearly the doorway. So just for a moment, close your eye and just reflect for a moment inside. Just trying to be a little bit more aware right now, this moment in your mind. Just reflect a little bit about your sleep and your dream. Average 20 to 25 years we sleep in one lifetime. Just reflect for a moment how many years you have slept. Reflect how many times during those so many years that you slept, how many times those sleeping became a part of your development, personal spiritual development toward awakening, or how many of those sleep just became the sleep, so-called sleep of ignorance, no awareness, no development. Let's reflect that. Just reflect every single night as you go to sleep. What do you do? How do you go to sleep? The attitude, the process, going toward the bedroom, going on your bed, lying down, closing your eye, turning off the light, kind of almost like a giving up, turning off the light, turning off awareness, and some sense of totally letting go, losing connection, losing awareness. Just be aware of the process. As far as you're concerned, how you actually just giving it up. There is no sense of that you are entering into a sacred space. You are entering into the sacred dimension. You are entering into the infinite possibility. You are entering into a space of freedom. You are entering into the space of infinite light. We don't go to sleep that way. Just recognize that. We just give up. But recognize, as you're giving it up, it's not, there's nothing is happening. There's a lot of things are happening. Your awareness is going down, but your hidden experiences of your fear, your pain, your conflict, your challenging experiences of the day, your stress, they're still there. Many of them are ignored, unacknowledged, unconscious, manipulated, suppressed. Are they going to go somewhere? They're not going to go somewhere. They're just waiting for the opportunity. More disconnected you are, less conscious you are, more they come alive. Just be aware of that. How do they become alive? They become alive. The tensions that you hold in your body, the tensions that you hold in your breath, and then you look, as in the process of sleep, how restful it is or not, how clear dreams you have or not, how the images of your dream, you can see the experiences are showing up in your body, which you're probably not conscious when you're sleeping, and they're appearing in your dream, which probably very often, which you are not lucid of. But then when you wake up, you remember you slept But so many things was alive. So many things were active. So many stories were active. So many interactions were there. So many energies are produced. So many feelings and thoughts are produced. So many emotions are produced. So many things are accumulated during that. When you gave it up, so something was completely alive. So it's not just like you slept and then nothing. So in a sense, like this sense of like the other side that we really don't want much to be active, but you can see they are very active when you're following sleep. Not only active, but imagine how many years. Amazing. How many years? All as you follow sleep, everything become active. Why I'm trying to tell you all these stories here? Why I'm trying to tell you all this story is usually we think as I'm sleeping, then it goes to a passive, nothing happens. But that's not true. So much more things are happening. Even just people say, like even the brain, more like recovering. Brain is eating a food, strengthening itself, recovering itself, energizing itself while we are sleeping. Because some sense maybe it's amazing that it's capable of doing itself without us telling the brain to do. We're not telling brain, when I go to sleep, energize yourself up. When I get up, get ready for the day. We don't say that. But it's capable of doing that. As long as we don't interfere that, it's capable of doing that. But when we interfere with our stress, tensions, and fears and worries, then maybe brain does less of that because we are equally crazy in the night than during the daytime. So why I'm saying that is, if all the dark side, the negative side, the thoughts, the emotions, the feeling, the fear, the pain, if they can become so alive, that means the light, the awareness, the warmth, the virtues, compassion, love, joy, the bliss, the creativity, solution, discovery, that part can become equally alive. That's, I think it's very important. That's exactly the point that I'm trying to make here. But somehow it's important to trust that you will able to do that, or maybe at least curious enough that, oh, I wanted to explore. You know, so many times when I'm traveling around and when I'm teaching this, particularly when I'm teaching the dream yoga and the sleep part, and I see many people who never have experiences of lucid dreaming, who never have experiences of clear light in their sleep, who are never aware of conscious in their sleep, in their dream, who did not able to influence or guide their dream, change their dream, transform themselves in their dream. They witness that sometime within few days. First time within few days. And maybe some of you are thinking, oh, maybe, okay, it's the first time for somebody, maybe not for me. Or maybe you're not even hearing it when I'm saying, okay, maybe he's not talking to me, that it seems like impossible. Last 20 years never happened to me. I don't expect it to happen now. I'm getting old and this and that. And well, you just look at your mind, you listen to your mind, you listen to those voices. You are becoming an obstacle for yourself. You're basically becoming a clear obstacle for yourself by not hearing it or thinking that you're not the person. As I'm speaking, now maybe you realize, oh, yes, that's true. I'm thinking that way. If you click, you open a little door there. So why? I mean, whole purpose, like it says, like a clear light of the sleep, the practices and exercises of the clear light of the sleep is the main purpose of that practice is preparation for death. Of course, those you don't want to think about the death now, you say, oh, please don't talk about the death. I'm not interested in death. Well, that's fine. You're not interested in death. But then you can get a little bit interested in exploring your sleep dimension, exploring your dream dimension, and knowing that somehow it has something to do with the death. If somehow unexpectedly death comes, you have much more greater chance awakening in your pardo, because you have had experiences awakening, connecting to yourself in your sleep or in your dream. Just leave that little door open, the possibility of door open. So that is the main reason of this, is to experience that clear light can be experienced in the sleep. While you're sleeping, basically what it means is while you're completely sleeping, there is possibility of being conscious. All the many hundreds and hundreds of records of people's reporting about their near-death experiences, seeing tunnels and seeing the lights, and even that I went with my son yesterday, a movie, Doctor Strange, Doctor Strange, yeah. Doctor Strange, yeah. It was a very interesting movie. And so basically, coming out of one form of body into the body, illusory body, or a body of light, or your mental body, whatever you wanted to call it. But when people die, these experiences of people leaving their body, and that you have their dead body, their physical sense of that dead body is there, but then you have the body of light, illusory body, astral body, whatever you wanted to call it. It's bottom line is there's something there more than the body. More than the body, there's something there. Every single human being, we need to trust there is a little bit more than the matter. There is something more than the matter, something more than this body, something more than this pain, something more than this darkness, something more than this fear. There's something more beyond that. So witnessing that. So of course, when the death happens. But before the death comes, can I have really experiences of that? Not waiting for the near-death experience, but can I have similar experiences? Absolutely, you can have. Every single night, you have opportunity. As your body goes down, as your ego goes down, as your conflict and pains goes down, your ignorance goes down, in that darkness, the light can arise. In that ignorance, the wisdom can arise. In that sleep, the awareness can arise. I'm sure as I'm speaking, many of you had those experiences. But you don't pay so much close attention to that. You don't make big deal out of it. In a way, you should make big deal out of it. Because if you witness one time like that, that means you can witness more time like that. That means you can have control over like that. Over the years, I've learned these experiences. Choosing dream, what dreams I wanted to have, choosing where I wanted to go, going to those places, choosing the topic of conversation, what I want to talk, and remembering to talk those topics in my dream with those people. It's fun. And sometimes some of the conversations that I intend to bring it up with somebody in my dream, and the outcome of those some of the conversations, it's far more than I could imagine in my conscious awakened mind. Much, much, much more discoveries, findings, solutions, clarities, playfulness, creativity. There's much, much, much more. So this whole, as we prepare to go to sleep, it's whole another area that we don't develop. Even sleep yoga, when I talk about the sleep yoga or something in the West, in the Western students, so what are you talking about? Sleep yoga practice? Dream, yeah, I understand. Then even when I talk about dream, they immediately think about analysis. The analysis part of the lowest part of the dream yoga, dream practices that you can do. Because in a way, in dream, you're trying to be conscious, be aware, and able to transcend and transform the dream. Instead of doing that, you're trying to bring the dream story and trying to bringing your all the conceptual analysis once again on your dream. It's like a kind of spoiling whole playfulness of the dream, which has this infinite possibility of playfulness, magical transformations, incredible stories that you can never imagine. Then you are having this very limited, your conscious conceptual mind trying to analyze that in unlimited dimension of your dream. It seems like so silly things to do. But anyway, I don't want to go there right now. My point is this sense of every single night you go to sleep, preparing yourself to be more conscious and be more aware, and body is sleeping, your conscious mind is sleeping, but awareness is fully awake. So bottom line is, I'm saying simply think about that possibility. Once again, as I said earlier, if you think, oh, how is it going to be possible? Then I said, remember the dark side, the conceptual side, emotion side, how much things can be alive, awakening, the story, interactions, interactive things. So why not the light? Why not the awareness? Why not the warmth? Why not the wisdom? If ignorance can wake in your unconscious, why not the wisdom can wake? If you can lose, why not you can find? I'm not only saying that, I personally, I have a number of times experiences like that. I have seen many other people having experiences like that. If you read about all these near-death experiences, how many people say that as they died in a way during that time, they become alive. They wake up. They wake up in a different dimension. They wake up in the space that they were never familiar with. They wake up in the light they never saw before. Intensity, clarity, vastness, boundlessness. The ability to do things or move things infinite. How many times people felt that? People felt not so good about coming back in this very limited dimension. After that experience, they say in the science, many people say that people who went through the near-death experience, they become much more spiritual person than before they had that experience. Something awakes in them. So think about that. You go to a sleep, and every morning you wake up, you're a little more spiritual. More than during the daytime, you're going to the temple, you're going to the church, you're doing all these complicated things, trying to convince everybody to be kind and nice. You get stressed out being too kind. Nothing, no development happens, and you go to sleep. You wake up in the morning, you're a better person without doing anything, you know. Why? Because your conceptual effort is not there. But the potentiality of awareness is there, because there is the connection of awareness in there. So just to maybe say just one or two exercises that are very simple ones, is one exercise, very simple one, will be this exercise is coming from a sleep yoga practice from Maji. And so you do this. Let me say very clearly. The purpose of doing this exercise from the sleep yoga from Maji is to connect with this clear light of sleep. The purpose to do that is somehow to be conscious during the death process of the dying, to be connect with the clear light of the death. That's the purpose. Okay, so the reason why I'm explaining this exercise is to connect with the purpose of death, because this whole entire 6-month course has something to do with, dying, living with joy, dying in peace, and the dying part of it. And then that's very much connected with the sleep. So the exercise is very, 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 very simple in a way. Explanations are very simple. It's a lifetime experience, lifetime practices, and one person might have a incredible realization of that, and another person is just maybe doing the same conceptual game again with the practice. So you have so much huge range of that, but you pray, trust, but don't give up and trying to do the exercise. Is that sit in a 5-point fold position, 5-point position in the cross-legged. Close your eye, breathe deep, and you imagine dissolving objects of your ego, objects of fear, objects of pain. And if you look right now, this very moment in your life, you are afraid. You are afraid of something. There's an object of that. You feel pain. Your feeling about something. There's an object of that pain. Think about those place, people, event. Imagine they dissolve into the light. Just one object, it dissolves into the light. Just take time, slowly, kind of. The movies are good, like talking about the movie Doctor Strange, or many movies like that, even Avatar, like movie like that, how they transform, touching the other person becoming a light or something like that. Those kind. So visually, I think the beautiful images. There are many images nowadays to think about. Just think about every object transforms into the light. Like in every object, you have stored some emotions. When the mind goes back to that object and transforms that object into light, there is no storage there. Hard drive is broken. Memory cannot hold there. So it's just free from those stories. It doesn't occupy the space. Dissolve. And then the light comes back to you, toward you. And when it touches your body, if it touches your hand, your hand transforms into light. Touches your head transforms, dissolves into the light. Every part of your body, every cell in your body transforms into the light. Same concept. If you can feel pain and feel more concrete, more shapes of pain, more identity of pain, the pain identity, pain body, if you can feel like that, then you can also transform that into the light. Same thing. So light, 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 light. Light body, body of light. Goes into one single sphere of light right here in your forehead. So you are nothing more than that sphere of light. Your sense of self, the solidity, there's no solidity. There's only a sense of sphere of light in your forehead. Once you come to that place, let it dissolve. Pixels of light into the vast unbounded space. Now what is there? There's nothing than that boundless space, and there's nothing than there's a pure presence of awareness of that space. You don't have any more solid body. Unbounded space is your body. You don't have any more concrete, limited mind. Your infinite awareness is your consciousness. You have this unbounded body. You have infinite awareness, consciousness. The possibility is infinite. Since you're not identifying with your body, your kind of body is gone, but your presence is still there. If you exercise this, if you develop this more and more and more, then as your body goes to sleep, that's not who you are. Your awareness starts to wake up. That's who you are. Awakening the luminous mind. Awakening yourself means that. Very important moment to awake, that is when you sleep. And this exercise will help you to do that. Okay? So